there, Igraaspers. Welcome back to your favorite news channel. A man named Albus Dumbledore once said that happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light. It imparts us the message that we can find a way to be happy in any condition, if we remember that we own our happiness. Today's news highlights are: CBSE divides 2021-22 academic year into 2 terms. Jassy is new Amazon CEO after Jeff Bezos steps down. Sirisha Bandla, the second India-born woman to fly to space. Wildfires spread in Canada after lightning strikes. Scripps National Spelling Bee Competition 2021. Italy and England face off in this year's Euro Cup finals. Mary Kom and Manpreet Singh to be India's flag bearers at Tokyo Games opening ceremony. And our stirring F2 segment. Let us begin with the national news segment.
The Central Board of Secondary Education, or CBSE, has declared a new format for the academic year of 2021-22. The year will be divided into 2 different terms, with the term examination happening at the end of each, with the first one happening in November. The board also stated that efforts will be made to ensure internal assessments and projects are more credible and valid, so as to ensure the distribution of marks is fair. This is being done due to the board also issuing guidelines on the distance learning to schools. Thus, the academic year for CBSE schools has been divided into 2 halves, with 50% of the syllabus in each of these terms.
Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos stepped down as the company's CEO and has now assumed the position of executive chairman of Amazon's board. With the richest man in the world stepping down, a man named Jassy will be taking the reins of one of the world's largest companies. Jassy joined Amazon in 1997 and has been instrumental in its growth. He used to be in charge of Amazon's web services, which he helped grow exponentially. Bezos wrote in a company letter that Jassy will be an outstanding leader and he has his full confidence. Bezos stepped down on July 5th and chose that date specifically as it was 27 years ago on that date when he founded Amazon.
Hi Igraasp. Sadly, the world has seen some disasters last week, with a plane crash in the Philippines, a mudslide in Japan, and a building collapse in Florida. The plane crash in the Philippines was of a military aircraft, with the Defense Secretary ordering a probe into the matter. In Japan, the mudslide happened at a resort town with trees and rocks being uprooted. Florida also was struck with tragedy, with the building collapsing with rescue operations underway. We here at Igraasp send our prayers to all the families of the victims and commend the bravery of the rescue workers.
Let us introduce you to Sirisha Bandla, only the second Indian-born woman who will go into space after Kalpana Chawla. Sirisha Bandla is the Vice President of Government Affairs and Research Operations at Virgin Galactic and will be flying to space with founder and billionaire of Virgin, Richard Branson. Bandla grew up in Houston but was born in Andhra Pradesh. She graduated with a degree in aeronautical engineering and has also worked as an aerospace engineer. We here at Igraasp are extremely proud and wish the whole crew a safe journey into space.
Canada, which is usually known for its cold temperatures, is suffering from hundreds of wildfires, with the country recording its highest ever temperature in history. 49.6 degrees Celsius. Experts are blaming climate change for this increase in the frequency of extreme global weather events. A senior person in the British Columbia Wildfire Service claimed that over 12,000 lightning strikes took place in a single day, which caused a lot of the initial wildfires. Hundreds of people have left their homes as the government has warned against the potential damage to property.
Do you know, Igraspers, that there was an explosion at the coast of Azerbaijan on Sunday, which rocked the entire Caspian Sea? This blast was caused due to a natural burning mud volcano. Now you must be wondering what a mud volcano is. Mud volcanoes are similar to other volcanoes, but without lava. They are formed underground by water, minerals, and flammable gases, which can ignite when they erupt. It created plumes of black smoke and flames, but fortunately, none of the oil farms were damaged and no one was hurt.
The Greater Yellowstone area, located in the United States, is one of the world's last intact ecosystems and includes 2 national parks, 5 national forests, half a dozen tribal nations, and stunning biodiversity. It's also a supervolcano, which is home to 10,000 hydrothermal features and 500 geysers. Geysers are rare kinds of hot springs. Isn't it fantastic, Igraspers? But if the temperatures at Yellowstone rise 10 degrees Fahrenheit by the end of the century, this vast ecosystem will be disrupted. The most famous geyser, the Old Faithful, will shut down and the snowpack may also disappear. So always remember, Igraspers, beauty in nature is divine. Always appreciate and protect it.
The Olympics are just around the corner, with the historic competition beginning on the 23rd of this month. This year, for the Team India contingent, the Indian Olympic Association has chosen 6-time World Championship boxer MC Mary Kom and men's hockey team captain Manpreet Singh as India's flag bearers in the opening ceremony of the Olympics. India will be sending 126 athletes and 75 officials, with a total Indian contingent coming to 201. This year in the Olympics, there will also be several new sports introduced, including surfing, skateboarding, sport climbing, karate and baseball. With the tournament being so close, don't forget to tune in Igraspers to cheer Team India on.
Max Verstappen won for the 3rd time in a row to extend his lead over Lewis Hamilton by coming in first at the Austrian Grand Prix. Verstappen now has a 32-point lead, with his team Red Bull Racing topping the charts. Lewis Hamilton could only finish 4th in the race and could not match Verstappen's speed. His Mercedes teammate Valtteri Bottas managed 2nd, however, with 3rd going to 21 years old British national Lando Norris, who defied all odds and came 3rd despite a tire penalty. The next race will be the British Grand Prix, where Lewis Hamilton will be looking to stay a contender in the race for the title.
Both Italy and England have progressed into the finals of the Euro 2020, with both their victories in the semi-finals coming after 90 minutes of play. Italy beat Spain 4-2 on penalties in an extremely nail-biting game, while England scored in extra time to take a 2-1 victory over Denmark. Italy has only won the Euro once before in 1968, while England has never won it in its history. The final will take place at the historic Wembley Stadium, where England will be hoping to bring the cup home with the ever-defiant Azzurri in their way. Don't forget to tune into this historic clash tonight, Igraspers.
Indian cinema lost one of its stalwarts last week when veteran actor Dilip Kumar passed away at the age of 98, leaving a legacy of some of the most memorable movies in Bollywood. He spent more than 50 years in the industry and acted in films like Devdas, Nayador and Ramo Shyam. He was honored with the Dada Saheb Phalke Award in 1994 and the Padma Vibhushan in 2015 for his contribution to the Indian cinema. His presence will truly be missed, and we send our condolences to his family and his fans all over the world.
The future is here, Igraaspers. There is officially a hybrid car aircraft, which is called the air car, that runs on petrol. The air car is fitted with a BMW engine, and it also had a test flight where it is said to be able to fly for up to 1000 kilometers at a height of 8,200 feet by clocking up to 40 hours in the air. The creator of the car, Stephen Klein, stated that it takes only 2 minutes and 15 seconds to transform the car into an aircraft, and thus it can take off. So, Igraspers, science fiction is no longer fiction, with flying cars seeming to be right around the corner.
Zyla Avant-Garde made history by being the first African American in history to win the Scribs National Spelling Bee. Zyla battled extremely hard in the finals, and her championship winning word was Mariah. The finals had 11 participants, out of which 9 of them were Indian Americans. We congratulate Zyla on her historic win and are also extremely proud of all the other participants in the finals. The word of the week is inimitable, which means something that cannot be imitated or copied. Kabir's style of singing is inimitable. The riddle of the week is, I have lots of money but need someone around to spend it. What am I? I am a purse or wallet.
Can you guess who? This Serbian-American engineer and inventor discovered alternating currents and applied them to his invention, the alternating current electric motor or induction motor. He pioneered the idea of wireless communication. He received more than 275 patents in his life, including a patent for Tesla coils, Tesla's oscillator, or the steam-powered electric generator. Well, what gave it away? It is Nikola Tesla indeed. Did you know that Tesla became a well-known inventor despite being the son of an Orthodox priest? His achievement shows that you can make your own destiny if you only have the will.
Did you know that an empire is a group of countries, territories, or area ruled by one single country? The ruling country of an empire often colonized other regions for their own benefit.
Quiz time! Name the largest empire of the world so far. Send your answers to contact us at igraasp.com. Answer to the last week's quiz. Thomas Jefferson was the leader of the committee that wrote the American Declaration of Independence. This certificate of appreciation is presented to Aditi Bhatnagar of Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, for successfully participating in the weekly quiz on India's leading news capsule for tweens, Igraasp.
Dear Igraspers, this week we're shaking paws with the dog and his boy. Little Hal Fenton yearns for a dog as a pet. As far as his rich parents are concerned, renting a dog for a small span of time is enough to solve the problem. When Hal realizes that his dog had been returned to the agency, he rescues him and embarks on a journey of self-discovery and forming lifelong bonds. Read this classic reminiscent of Roald Dahl and share your feedback on igraasp.com/iClub.
This brings us to the end of today's news session. Sometimes your joy is the source of your smiles, but sometimes your smile can be the source for your joy. So until we meet again, keep smiling, because smile is a curve that can set everything right, and find happiness in everything you do. Bye-bye.